everyone, and welcome back to Art with Miss Choate. In today's episode, we are going to learn how to draw a dragon eye. And this is going to go along with Miss Nucha's story time about dragons. So you're going to learn about some dragons, we're going to learn how to draw a dragon eye, and it's going to be amazing. So all you're going to need today is whatever kind of supplies you have around, honestly. It could be watercolors, it could be markers, it could be crayons, it could be colored pencils. So whatever medium you want to use today is what we're going to use for the project. So let's get started. So we're going to start by drawing the shape of the eye. I recommend doing this in pencil so you can erase it, but I'm going to be doing it in marker so you can see it really well. Now the shape of the eye can be different. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. I'm going to put my eye in the middle of the page because I'm going to do the scales around it. And so I'm going to be doing kind of like an almond shape, coming up, going a little flat, rounding. Here's where it's kind of like that almond I was talking about. And there, now I can go back once I have a defined shape that I like, and I can trace over it and clean it up. Kind of like what we do in calligraphy, where we go sketchy, and now we're cleaning up that line. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to draw the circle inside the eye, but we're not going to draw the entire circle because the eyelid is coming down across the eye. So we're actually going to be losing part of that circle. So the top of the circle is not showing, and now dragons have those really cool slits, or like cats. And we're going to draw an oval in the middle. Now we're going to draw how, you know how dragons are all scaly and kind of creepy. We're going to draw some of those lines, those heavy lines across the top. Or you can kind of think about it like bad makeup. And we're going to draw the lines underneath it. And this is where we're going to fill in our scales. These lines don't have to be perfect. They don't have to look exactly like mine. But now we're going to go ahead and draw our scales. And these are just going to be straight lines. But we're going to put our colors in between these lines. And we're not going to put our lines in the same, like I'm not going to connect down here. We want them to be different sizes. If they all aren't straight, that's okay. We're going to do them up here too. These don't have to be perfect because it's a dragon and maybe it's been in some battles or some fights. We're going to be coloring these in. And so if you were doing this in pencil, you could go through and do it in marker now. And I'm going to put a little circle here. This is where that light's going to reflect, and we're not going to color that circle in. And I'm going to give myself some little lines here for that eye because I'm going to be changing up the color. And you could go ahead, you can put more lines down. We can draw other kind of lines, other scales. This is kind of where you can have some fun. What do you want to put around? You could put more of these lines, fill them up with scales. You can have fun with this area. Play with lines, think about scales. And now we're going to go ahead and add color to our dragon eye. So like I said, you can use any medium you want, color pencil, crayon, paint, or you can use a mixture of colors. So I'm going to be doing the eye with a base of yellow. I'm avoiding that yellow, that circle, because I'm going to leave that white. And I'm going to have fun with blending colors. I'm going to have streaks of darker colors. And it doesn't matter what supplies you're using. And you can choose any type of color of eye. Dragons have all sorts of colors. I'm going to maybe put a little bit of red. And remember, I've said in other videos, like, use your finger. Go ahead and smudge it around. See how you can have the paint move. And if you're doing this with color pencil or crayon, how can they blend? And I'm going to do that slit. It's going to be black. And now the pupil of this area here is gonna just be like kind of light yellow. I'm not gonna leave it white, I'm just barely painting that yellow. Now I'm gonna go ahead to the scales. What color do you want your dragon to be? Do you want it to be green? Do you want it to be purple? Do you want it to be teal? That's up to you. And I'm gonna paint each square a little differently. I'm not gonna go paint everything the same. So I might go ahead with this color for some. And if you watched my video on those painting the squares, the swatches of color and blending, this is very similar to that. We're gonna be going through, putting our colors down, blending our colors. It's kind of like you have your own coloring book now. Isn't that cool, guys? You just made your own coloring page. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna be adding different colors. And what two colors make green? Yellow and blue. So I'm gonna be using a lot of yellow and blue to change up these colors. And we're gonna keep going until we have that whole area filled in. Once you have all your scales in, you could either go in and use a colored pencil, add more detail, or I'm gonna give my whole background a nice green wash. And a wash means it's a very light, it's a lot of water, and you're just taking your color and you're gently blending it all over the page. This is a wash. Think about it like washing your clothes. Just lightly going over everything, trying not to get Shinagan on my eye. I was going a little fast. And I'm not using all the same color. I am kind of switching up the colors I used. Maybe you want to do some action painting and do some splatter. That's up to you. What kind of, what area do you want this to be sitting on? Or do you want to draw the rest of your dragon? That's up to you. Just going to continue with this nice light wash to kind of finish off the page. Bringing it right there to the edge. And there we go. My eye for my dragon is done. I hope you had fun today learning how to draw a dragon eye and shading and blending colors. I hope you had a wonderful time. So remember, if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe so you get notified every Tuesday and Thursday when a new video comes out. And remember, watch Miss Nusra's video, her stories time as well, to go along with this art. So I hope to see you guys on Tuesday for the next segment of Art with Miss Choate. Bye!